If you're familiar with the story of Job in the Bible, you probably have heard this about him, a rich man having a whole lot that gets taken away. You probably have maybe also heard that it's about not questioning God, um, and or about how people will think that you had something or you done something wrong or you're cursed. If things start happening bad to you. Well, those are all stories that are also known and pulled from Job. But have you ever heard that Job is also about Lucifer playing the blame game? Probably not.
Hmm.
We're going to get into that today.
Hmm.
Hmm. So, if you could read that first verse from Job,
Okay.
where God is confronting Lucifer about Job.
Mhm. So, at 11, which is Job 1:11, Satan actually says, "But now stretch out your hand and touch all that he has, and he will surely curse you to your face."
Go back a little, Tiffy, to where
Okay.
he's telling Satan about Job.
Okay, let's see. So Satan answered the Lord and said, "From going to and fro on the earth and from walking back and forth on it, the Lord said to Satan, Have you considered my servant Job, that there is none like him on the earth, a blameless and upright man, one who fears God and shuns evil?" Satan answered the Lord and said, "Does Job fear God for nothing? Have you not made a hedge around him, around his household, and around all that he has on every side? You have blessed the work of his hands, and his possessions have increased in the land. But now stretch out your hand and touch all that he has, and he will surely curse you to your face." And the Lord said to Satan, "Behold, all that he has is in your power. Only do not lay a hand on his person."
Mhm. So now, Tiffy, I want you to go ahead and jump over to Ezekiel
Oh,
and tell
yes.
us about what all Lucifer had.
So I'm going to start here in Ezekiel 28:13, where God says, "You were in Eden, the garden of God. Every precious stone was your covering: the sardius, topaz, and diamond, beryl, onyx, and jasper, the sapphire, turquoise, and emerald with gold. The workmanship of your timbrels and pipes was prepared for you on the day you were created. You were the anointed cherub who covers, I established you. You were on the holy mountain of God. You walked back and forth in the midst of fiery stones. You were perfect in your ways from the day you were created till iniquity was found in you." Continue.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Okay. "By the abundance of your trading, you became filled with violence within you, and you sinned. Therefore, I cast you as a profane thing out of the mountain of God, and I destroyed you, covering cherub, from the midst of the fiery stones. Your heart was lifted up because of your beauty. You corrupted your wisdom for the sake of your splendor. I cast you to the ground. I laid you before kings that they might gaze at you. You defiled your sanctuaries by the multitude of your iniquities, by the iniquity of your trading. Therefore, I brought fire from your midst. It devoured you, and I turned you to ashes upon the earth. In the sight of all who saw you, all who knew you among the peoples were astonished at you. You have become a horror and shall be no more forever."
Now, if you hear some parallels between Lucifer and Job, Job is a human, a man in the physical realm that has a lot, and he has been blessed beyond pretty much belief and means. He has but he has stood up to be righteous and perfect in all his ways.
Mhm.
And Satan was also perfect in all his ways, is the way he was created, though. He didn't actually have to do things by his hand, the way Job was blessed by his hand. Mm-hmm. So, what we have here is Satan confronting God, Lucifer confronting God, and God confronting him with a man that has been just as blessed as he was when he was in heaven, when he was walking amongst God, when he was the high angel, he was the high cherub, he was perfect, and he had all the stones, he had everything.
Mhm.
This is God sending him to test the man that was in a similar position,
Correct.
to show Satan as he takes away all these things, to watch how this man responds, to know it's not a transactional relationship. Why? Because why? Because Satan is trying to play the blame game. He's
Mhm.
trying to say, "Oh, he only appreciates you because of this." Just like sibling rivalry, like when somebody's the favorite, they're the favorite child, whatever. Oh, you're only mom or dad's favorite because you're so perfect. You do all of this, you do all of that. You always get good grades. You're never in trouble. Oh, you're Miss Perfect. You're Mister Perfect. You know, sibling rivalry kind of.
Mhm.
That's how he sees Job, and it's really him just making an excuse for himself.
Mhm.
And so he allows Satan to have the power over all of Job's possessions, to take them away, to show Satan that, no, you, Lucifer, you made this choice. You chose iniquity. You chose your ego and your pride. You got drunk off your own beauty.
Mhm.
You start sniffing your own self. You thought that you could be the most high, and 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 turn and curse me to my face because I punished you for such action. This man is rewarded for being righteous and being one of my best servants and being the best he could be under me. You thought you were better and thought you could be higher. And now you're trying to pass off the blame, saying that anyone
In my circumstances would have
in
done the
my
same thing.
circumstances,
Mhm.
mm-hmm, would have done the same thing and would look at you the same if you stripped them of all that you gave them in the first place.
Mhm.
And it's because Satan knows that he's made a decision that he can't come back from. His life, everything he has been taken, it's ruined, and it can't be given back. This is the same thing that happens to Job in his physical life. His entire life is ruined. There's nothing that he had that he loved and cherished that he could get back. It was all taken. And yet he still did not curse God to his face. He was confused, but
Mhm.
he did not curse God to his face. This was God teaching Lucifer a lesson, which reminded me when I actually got this story from Job of, if it's a movie, probably seen it before,
Mhm.
named The Dark Knight. At the end of that movie, the Joker's point is trying to prove that everyone is just as evil as he is. And he does that by putting people that are supposed to be good citizens all on one boat, traps them on a boat with a bomb. And he puts criminals, inmates, all on another boat with a bomb. But the catch is, it's each boat has each other's detonator, and he sets a time limit and tells them that they have the detonator to the other boat. And if they don't choose to detonate the other boat, he's going to detonate both. And there's a timer going down that they're watching. At this moment, Batman starts fighting with Joker, and the clock ticks all the way down, and neither boat pulls the trigger. At that moment, Batman then tells Joker, so you wanted to prove everyone was like you, but here's the truth, you're alone.
Mm-hmm.
Only you would make that decision. So,
Exactly. And then this brings to me, speaking on that or following through on that with Job's situation, Job 1 and 20, after all this happened, he lost his children and all this was, being taken away. You know what Job did? In verse 20, it says, Then Job arose, tore his robe, shaved his head, fell to the ground, and worshiped.
mm-hmm.
Hmm. And he said, Naked I came from my mother's womb, and naked shall I return. The Lord gave,
Give it,
and the Lord
take
taken
it
away.
away. Mm-hmm.
Blessed be the name of the Lord.
The exact opposite
Exactly.
of what Satan was
Yes.
expecting and what
Hmm.
Satan chose to do.
Just like that movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Exact opposite.
Hmm.
And the criminals in the movie, it's actually the righteous, supposedly good citizens that are having more of the debate. It's the criminals in the movie that have already been seen to be already this way and expected to be this way. They're the ones that toss the remote overboard. They
Hmm.
don't even have possession of the remote. They just throw it overboard and sit down.
Mm. Interesting. So that's something too to kind of delve into. Like, you thought they was evil, but when it came down to make an evil decision, they said, nah, we're good.
So basically, the way you thought this one would react because of
Mm-hmm.
this thing, they wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
So Satan is forced to take his own accountability. But misery loves company. Like I said, he has done the unforgivable sin, is blasphemy against the Holy Spirit.
And he's trying to take everybody he can with him.
Everybody.
Yeah, because misery loves company, like you said.
Yep. And I hope this blesses you. If it blesses you, please pass it on to someone else so it can help them maybe with some questions or things that they, may be struggling with. Um, Anything else you may have to add or you want us to further discuss, please leave in the comment section as we'll look and do our best to improve our videos, improve our content, and like the video because it helps other people reach the content and helps it reach other people. Same thing. But
Mhm. I
yeah,
know what you mean.
This is God equals reality. We will see you in the next one.
All right. Have a good night.